We're live. We're live. Yes.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Hi. We doing okay?
Yeah, doing well. Super excited to get these streams restarted, and I do see it up on YouTube right now, which is great. So I'm just going to post that link on our Slack channel, and we'll take it from here. But how are you, Carmen?
I'm good, thank you. I think like just before we hopped on, you were commenting how warm it is in Belgrade, and like I'm in Austria, and same. It's very
Yeah,
warm. Oh, folks, if you're tuning in live, I'd love to hear where y'all are tuning in from. We've got access to the chat here. I can do a little like highlighty thing, so please feel free to engage. Please feel free to comment. And well, this is I always call these streams ensemble programming. It's not just pair programming where it's me and Taylor, but it's an ensemble where all of y'all are joining in as well. So please do so. Okay.
definitely. No, it's fun to get back into it, though. And am I going to see the YouTube comments pop up on the StreamYard here, or just let me know if people are chatting?
I do think you need to be logged in, um, Taylor, into
Hmm.
StreamYard, but that's fine because if I post a comment like, hold on, oh, James just wrote here. So if you look in,
James,
StreamYard,
what's
check it
up?
out.
Yeah, I see James's comment on the
Okay, cool,
StreamYard.
and I can
Cool, it's all
highlight them.
working.
Well, it's good
Yeah.
to see you, James. You having a good day? And hi, Taylor. Grumpy MB's here. Says hi, y'all. Um, yeah. What are we doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, well, we've had such a great experience with the open source explorers program that Kai launched and you and I were helping out with, and then kind of transitioned into this regular workflow. So we have folks, obviously, Design Squad, working on some cool designs here to refresh our brand identity and our landing site. There's a whole front end team that is working on porting over our landing site from Gatsby to Next.js, kind of changing the stack.
Ooh.
And that's what we're pushing to get wrapped up so that we can start implementing some of those new designs. And then on the back end, we've been doing a lot of cool data modeling, trying to get
Ooh.
data that's lived in older systems like our needs assessment system or in spreadsheets like our shipment data reporting. We've spent a couple of years compiling and cleaning data from all of our shipments. And so trying to get that in the back end, which will pave the way not only to show that off on our landing site, have like shipment pages that actually show the details of each shipment, the impact that they made, but also open that data up to researchers and other aid organizations so that we can contribute to the bigger picture of what's happening in the aid world and really highlight these grassroots efforts, these communities coming together.
Wonderful. Well, tell you what, usually when we do these streams, we've got one person driving, we've got another person navigating. That is, one person's like sharing their screen and doing all this stuff, and the other person's sort of like walking us through and giving instructions and guiding as the navigator does. Taylor, shall I go ahead and drive for a bit and you navigate for me and show us what's up and what we're going to be working on?
Totally. I'll tell you what, can we swap that around? I just want to get us the landing site
Absolutely.
set up in Gitpod, right?
Yeah.
Since it's not on our Gitpod yet, and then I can share that link with you. So why don't I drive for the Gitpod setup portion, and then
Sounds
we'll
good.
switch it up. You can drive to explore that landing site, and we'll explore it together. And then if we have some time at the end, maybe we preview some of those exciting new designs that our design squad's been working on.
That sounds fabulous. Go ahead and share your screen, Taylor. So, folks, Taylor's
Totally.
going to be sharing his screen. If you're watching, if you've got questions, ideas, feedback, obviously constructive feedback, write in the chat. I'll highlight it. This is an interactive kind of thing. Do you know what I'm going to do in the meantime, Taylor? I'm going to post on socials for folks to come and join us.
Yeah, let's get the world in here. If anyone wants to
Yeah.
share this on Blue Sky or Twitter or text your friends, more the merrier.
little
Um,
bestie Discord over here. Okay. So, link Post it. Nothing like posting like links inviting folks while we're live. It gives that genuine experience. Yeah, all good with on your end, Taylor? Did you want to share what you were doing, or you're already
Yeah,
sharing?
I thought my screen shared. I'm not sure if
My
I need
bad.
to. Oh, there
My
we
bad.
go.
Oh, we're
There
good.
we
We're
go.
good. I got distracted.
Awesome. And please, folks, let me know if you need me to bump up the font size at all while we're going through here. Is it
Taylor, if
readable
you
to you
have
right now?
it on my end, it looks very good. But folks, if you're watching on mobile and you need it to be a little bit larger, please let us know. Taylor, I might actually, if you have the screen real estate for it, could you maybe like make your window a little taller?
So it's full screen-ish right now
Fair
on
enough.
my laptop, unfortunately. So
No, you're good. I
okay.
think this might be could you have got, is there any chance you got a new laptop in between the last time we did this?
Nope.
No, I just, I just forgot what it was like to do StreamYarding. It's been really long.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if Mr. Monopoly's watching this and you want to donate me like a nice one of those big iMacs or something like that, so we can have more screen real estate in the future. But I'm still on the same laptop I've been using for
I'm gonna
about
very discreetly
6-7
post.
years now.
I'm gonna very discreetly post the link to where folks can contribute to Distribute Aid via
Awesome.
iMac support. Carry on.
Yeah. Cool.
So what am I looking at here?
Right. So this is GitPod, and this is our default environment that we support. It's Visual Studio on the cloud, which is really cool for a couple of reasons. The first thing is that with so many wonderful volunteers from around the world, everyone's got a different setup, right? And so I use Linux. Some of our volunteers use Mac. Some use Windows. I'm not the person who's going to be able to help someone debug an issue installing dependencies for our repos on a Windows machine. And then you get into people who are working on multiple projects, right? Maybe someone has,
Yeah.
A work environment set up, or someone's gone through a boot camp and installed things globally, for that boot camp, which are a different dependency version than ours. And so that's why we support GitPod as like kind of a clean virtual machine in the cloud that you can run. And we do have, they're so nice to grant us open source maintainer credits. So we have plenty of credits for anyone who wants to contribute to be able to use GitPod for free, contributing to our code bases.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's great. I think there's some other benefits like dependency install times, right? Since this is hosted on a big, well-connected data center, if your personal internet connection isn't super great for a variety of reasons, then it might be faster to run a yarn install or something like that on the virtual machine and just stream down, the actions or the view of it, rather than try to install those dependencies locally.
Right.
So. Cool. But what I want to do right now, I think, and help me out here, Carmen, because like you said, it's been a minute, but I want to add the new landing site.
Yeah, so I see there one of the repositories is the Next website one, but I take it that's not the one we want. We want the next website.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that was our initial version. We were trying to use content
Tina's
management
CMS?
system. This wasn't Tina. This was the one after Tina that we were playing around with. Puck CMS.
Okay, gotcha.
And so we're just doing kind of with V2 here, just a clean switch over to Next.js, and we'll probably just stick with Strapi at this point as our CMS, since that's already set up on the back end. Puck had some really cool concepts, but I got to check myself. I love to play around with new technology, but we're doing this, to get aid moved, right? To get people involved in humanitarian aid. So
we have a goal.
Oftentimes, what's easy and straightforward, let's keep it simple, right?
No need to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly. So I know we had an issue with our pre-builds that was chewing up a lot of credit. So I'm going to leave that off for now. It just means when there's an update, it's not going to build it ahead of time. It might take slightly longer to get the stuff set up, but it should be fine. And so now we can go, this is my workspaces. So I added it as a repository. I'm going to go create a new workspace. And if you're watching the stream, pay attention here. This is something that we learned. So I'm just going to leave it as the default settings they've come up with. And so this will create the environment. But I'm actually going to go back to Gitpod here, back to my workspaces, since this is the first time I'm creating a workspace. And I'm going to pin the repository. So what that means is, I think by default, after 7 days, Gitpod, kind of cleans up for you. And you can imagine if you're working on a commercial project, you have a ton of different, versions, branches. You kind of want the old stuff to go away. But in this case, with volunteers contributing a couple hours a week, it might take a couple of weeks to, you might not be able to touch the project for a week or something. And we don't want those changes to disappear. So just taking that extra second to pin it, it's going to leave it there. Gitpod's not going to remove your changes. And of course, highly encourage everyone to be making branches, making commits, and pushing those commits back to GitHub as another way to back up your work.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So and like the thing that always messes me up about this is that this isn't running on my computer. This isn't running on my browser. This is like a node environment running on the cloud. Like this is the power that Gitpod provides us, so that we don't have to like mess around with any Windows users in the house installing Node and the fun that comes with that.
Yeah, I mean, more power to you if you want to do that locally, but that's not something I know how to do, so I can't.
Everybody loves a hard mode. It's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so it's automatically going to run some stuff. We have this Gitpod terminal here, and it looks like it also created an initial Gitpod YML. So I think what I want to do.
Oh, that's like the configuration, right?
Exactly. Should we maybe take a look? And this might be a good point for us to swap and you drive. Cool. But maybe we want to get Gitpod set up and see if there's a couple of additional steps, like we can edit this Gitpod.yml, maybe add something to the README, get a quick branch going on the project, and contribute some changes during the stream.
Cool. Should I?
Let me share this with you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the share in the bottom left. Can you see that down there?
I see it, yeah.
Cool. And so this is going to give Carmen access to what's running locally. We're actually going to be in the same IDE here. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen at this point.
Cool. So now we're back with, I'll just put my screen back up.
Perfect. And I'm going to send you that link in the private chat here, Carmen.
Perfect. Thank you.
So Carmen should now be able to open that up and get access to that same environment that I was looking at, and we'll actually be able to see each other, type out changes, run terminal commands at the same time.
Give me one. There we go. Okay, so I need to continue with GitHub. I'm not that fully out of practice. There we go. Okay, I need to zoom in. Folks, as always, please give me a shout if the text font size could be large. I'm just gonna, since I've got the screen real estate for it, I'm just gonna make my window a little taller. I should do it.
Fancy.
That's what I get. That's what I get when I'm working from a desktop PC. So I think that size is good. Folks, as always, please give me a shout. Okay. Gitpod YAML file.
Yep. And so I'm looking at the Gitpod YAML for our backend right now, the aggregated public info project. And it looks pretty straightforward. The one thing that we do is that we give the tasks name. So it's that same tasks, and then there's in the YAML the dash. But instead of init being the first line, we have name, and we call that dev server. So we might want to do something similar here.
Like this, or can it have like a human?
I think there's a space between dev server and the other one. Either works. It is lowercase, yeah, but exactly. That's great. That's great. And so that should rename it. And then we also open up a second task called
I'm gonna be lazy.
Bash. And so that's named Bash, and there's no init. It's just the command, which is Bash, of course.
Cool.
Oh, this is so cool. I can literally see the changes he made to the Gitpod file in my Gitpod.
Oh, that's cool. I love that
like,
feature.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops.
Great. Cool. So I think what that means is that we'll, when we next start this, after we kind of get this committed and merged in, instead of just opening the one terminal, we'll have two terminals, one for the dev server and one for Bash, and they'll both be named in a right-hand sidebar, so it's easy to see what's going on. So let me see if there's any other settings while we're setting up Gitpod here.
Is there something about Sharp, maybe?
Is there a Sharp error?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. We might just want to run like a yarn install or something like that.
I think we're doing npm because we don't have a yarn lock file, but we do have a package lock.
Ah, okay. npm install?
Let's do it. Just a bit confused as to why that wouldn't have done it before. No, that looks... So if I do npm run start. Yeah, see? Let's see what's up. Build I recognize this. I've had this problem before with Next.js. Because it's npm run dev, not npm run start. Don't ask me why. Don't know. Let me test this theory. So npm run dev. Are there any... Oh, see? Look, it's Sadiq already knowing. Thank you very much.
Sadiq, my guy.
What is the difference between... What is it called? Next dev and next start? Yeah. Well,
it might be a dev environment versus a like a production environment. Sometimes projects have that set up, and so I don't know if there's any environment variables or other things to be, that might need to be set for the production environment.
How do I do this again? Yes. So that should start up the website. Hopefully.
Sweet. It looks like it's loading. It's going.
I lost my terminal. There it is. It did a thing.
Yeah. It was just compiling. There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
That's a sight for sore eyes. I haven't seen this website in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
So I can go ahead and make a pull request for this, or just commit to Saga? What am I doing?
So I would definitely make a pull request. That's our workflow here. So let's start with a new branch, maybe. Fantastic. One step ahead of me there.
No, there's just a lag. I don't know which way it goes. It's a reading mind lag. Carry on.
And yeah, what do you want to call this branch, Carmen?
Do we still do conventional commits for this?
Definitely, yeah. I think we maybe is it a feature or a chore, or do we want to take a look at conventional commits?
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's have a look. Conventional. Oh gosh, I need to zoom in case folks are curious. This is what we're using. Pasting it in the chat. Takes a while because it's YouTube. Okay, so we have fix, feat, breaking change, chore, CI. Is this a CI thing? Kinda, maybe.
Kinda. No. I'd say it's either a feat, like it's a new feature or adding some new capabilities to the project, or maybe a chore if it's more a dev environment sort of thing. You can also qualify it. You could do like feat, when we make the commit, like feat, and then in parentheses like DevOps or something like that. But for the branch, maybe just feat / setup Gitpod.
Magnificent. So now that we've done that, we have a new Gitpod YAML file. Sorry, I do Git stuff in the terminal. I hope that's okay, folks. I always forget how this works. So git commit, and this will be, now we can do feat brackets chore : set up Git pod environment. You know what's missing, Taylor, in this branch? The button in the docs, the README.
The README. Yeah,
Do that as
exactly.
well.
So do we
You know,
want to
while
do
we're
this
here,
as 2 commits, or should we just update the README real quick?
I figured 2 commits. Just
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, just break it up. Here's the config file, and then here's the README.
yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. Let's see. Git pod button. Opening Git pod button. I think it's nope. So let's make this larger again. So git podify, git pod YAML. How do we do that? Button, browser extension, open in git pod. Oh, there was a way to do. Oh my goodness! You know what I'm going to do, Taylor? Because I'm lazy.
Yep.
I'm just going to take it from the other repository.
Yeah, that should definitely work. I was actually just looking at that. So I would go to, there's a new section, Carmen, in the aggregated public info repository. I think that's our latest one that has some instructions for Gitpod as well.
Ooh.
And so some of those are going to be
Ooh.
specific to setting up the API project there, but I think some of those steps will be general. Maybe we can just copy that
Yeah.
section of the README there.
I love copying. Let's go. So, yeah, I'm going to take all of this and then we'll trim it as needed.
Yeah.
So, go back to the README about the project technologies used, setup, installation, probably, let me see again. Yeah, so after getting started, I suppose. Technologies used, setup, installation, branching workflows, crafting commit messages, crafting a pull request. I feel like this should be higher up. Let's before setup, I'd say. Is that cool?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let me hide this project viewer so we can have some more screen real estate. Folks, throw out your opinions as well. Sorry.
Oh, no, I just wanted to give Loveth a shout out for writing that documentation for the API project, which
Thank you. Sorry,
what
who are we?
Open Source is all about.
Sorry, who are we
what?
thanking?
Loveth.
Loveth, thank you very much. This is so good. Okay, so instead of distributed aggregated public information, this will now be next website v2.
Yep.
Yep, here we go. Good. So Gitpod provides Strappy project. Is this still a Strappy project?
It is not a Strappy project. This is a Next.js project.
And the development environment is set up with just a single click. Follow these steps to get started. Click on the open button above. You'll need an account on GitHub. This requires a GitHub account. There's 2 dots here. I'm going to bring that down to 1. Click on continue, relax. There's currently a bug that will stop the setup, but we'll fix that in the next steps. Oh.
And I'm not sure if that's true for this repo. So we might just want to take out that there's currently a bug that'll stop the setup from being completed. That might have been a Strappy specific thing.
Yeah, I get the impression that actually everything from step 2 onwards is no longer needed.
So I think let's cut step 3 in half there. People should still relax. The environment's being created. So we can just take out that project specific bug there. And then 4 through 11, I think, can go.
Okay,
But we want to remind folks in step 12 there that they should pin their workspace to keep access to it. So I think that's still relevant. That was the pinning that I did at the start as well.
Right. Cool. Workspace to run auto deletion after 14 days by clicking on the 3 dots. I can see the pain that led to us needing to document this, right?
Yep. And again, commit your work, push it to GitHub. It's maybe not just the functionality, the auto delete or whatever, but hey, sometimes tech companies make mistakes. Sometimes there's a weird ghost in the machine. Having it on Gitpod and GitHub is analogous to having it on your local computer and GitHub, right? That one extra layer of kind of backing up your work there.
It's one of the trade-offs of having stuff on the cloud. Cool. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Shall I go and commit it?
Yeah. Let's commit it.
Keep forgetting Linux is case sensitive. So, document Gitpod setup. Hold on. There we go. I forgot to make it conventional. Cool. Go ahead and save that. So that's now committed. I'm going to go ahead and push the branch.
Sounds good.
And now this always blows my mind. We get a little link here to go ahead and create that pull request. I'm going to.
Oh, that's fun.
Right? I find it super helpful. Do you want to create a pull request and issues extension? No, thank you. I am lazy and I want to do it with GitHub. So let's call this setup and document Gitpod environment. Sound good?
Yeah, that looks good.
Marvelous. Who shall I ask to review?
I think you should ask me just so we can get it merged in right away.
Sounds good.
But maybe someone on the chat. Do we have anyone in the chat who wants to be the reviewer who merges this in?
Do we have any volunteers? You got to give it a minute because, YouTube, what's it called? Like there's a lag between like us talking and it showing up on YouTube.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean, I can still create the pull request. So
yeah, let's go ahead and make the pull request and we can, you've added me in there. But if anyone else does want to jump in and give it a quick review.
I hope so. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. I think that looks solid. But I'm not the reviewer, so what do I know?
I mean, I watched you code it up. The other thing is with this Gitpod setup, what I like to do is get it merged in, actually, and then test it. Then shut the workspace down and boot the workspace back up, because that's going to be most people's experience. Is just loading that, clicking that button in the docs, for example, right? And so making sure it gets set up properly. So I'm going to go ahead and go to GitHub, and we have a pull request.
Do you want to share yourself doing it?
I'm just going to be pressing the rebase and merge. Here we go. Sweet. Oh, I guess I should also approve it, just to dot my I's and cross my T's here, so everyone knows if the code base no longer runs on Gitpod, that's my fault.
Well, technically it was my commit, so.
But I'm the reviewer.
Fair point.
We can make mistakes together, Carmen.
I love it.
Great.
Cool.
So I just approved it, and I'm going to now rebase and merge.
Can we change this so that it's automatically always on rebase and merge, or is that a GitHub paid thing? Do you know?
No, we should be able to. Do you want to go to the settings real quick?
Well, we're here, right?
Exactly. And it should be somewhere. So rule set. Maybe collaboration and teams.
If anybody in the chat knows.
They're like extra settings.
Aha! I think I got it. Allow.
Oh, nice.
allow a merge commit?
Yeah, I typically don't like merge commits. I think rebasing. I sometimes allow squash and merge, but honestly, let's just go for the rebasing, and then if that's causing problems for people, then we can relax some of those changes there.
Totally. Convention
Um,
over
but
configuration, right?
yeah, great. It's all merged in.
Shall I go ahead
Um,
and try it out?
Totally. So I would let me go ahead and stop my workspace here.
I want to watch it go down. I've never seen it happen.
And how do I'm over here? I'm gonna stop that. So it should be done. I'm not sure if it's just gonna time out on your end. Do you want to try doing some new lines in the terminal or something?
Oh, something's happening. I think it's no longer usable.
Okay.
Cool.
So that's great. So we can exit out of those tabs, and then let's try that shiny new open with Gitpod button right there on the README.
It's been a while since I've used Gitpod, so that looks good. Excuse me. I'm just curious what we have here. Neat. Okay. Cool. Oh.
Uh-oh. You've used the usage limit of your account, Carmen.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna make a new organization.
Oh, I can just add you to the distribute aid organization, maybe,
It's
or
fine.
okay.
So let me try that again. So distribute aid. No. Next
Next
website.
V2.
Dash 2. Okay, let's see. So now I'm in the Carmen workspace.
There we go. And like I said, we have lots of credit. I think we get like 2,000 credit hours or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But for folks who are volunteering with Distribute Aid and contributing to our code bases, I can just add you to Distribute Aid's workspace, and you'll be able to run all of our projects through that.
Amazing.
Cool. Looks like the dead server is working. We got our bash terminal. It's starting up.
We have light mode.
Yeah.
Oh, we did get a sig term.
Okay.
What's that? Oh, I guess it worked. No, it didn't. You had this error before. Why did it happen?
This happened last time. It looks like
Yeah.
a TypeScript error there, but then when you ran it again, it was working, right?
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's like a weird caching thing or something like that.
But it seems to work.
Yeah. We might
Weird.
have to dive into that offline because
Yeah.
it's run. Maybe it's that npm run build. Do we need the run build if we're?
Oh, I don't think we do actually.
Yeah, that might be where it's failing. Let's go scroll up in the terminal and see where that command is failing there.
There.
Yep.
Next build.
Yeah, so I think it's just a packaging issue for.
Yeah.
That's okay. We just got to do new branch. We got a bug fix here. Run it up a PR and get it merged in. But good to know. And that's why I always, when we're changing like DevOps stuff, like to start, test it fresh from Saga. It takes a little bit of extra work to make updates like this, but that way we're not saying, oh, it worked on my branch or it worked in my Git pod and creating problems for other people.
Makes sense. No, thank you. So we've just made this real quick. Pod. So fix lowercase f for fix. Git pod. No. Remove unneeded build step. Does that sound okay?
Yep, that sounds great.
Wonderful. Push origin fix git pod crash. Still don't want to do that. Do you want git pod code to open? What? Oh, yes. Okay, I've made the pull request, so it's all yours, Taylor.
Fantastic. So going to the pull request. Boom, found it. Boom, approved it.
Thank you. Yep, I can see the approval.
Go into our rebase and merge, confirmed. That's in Saga now. Great. Should we try this one more time? Do you want to close out of your Git pod? Maybe we want to stop the instance even.
Do you know how I can do that? Oh, there. Stop workspace. Yep. Cool.
Perfect.
Okie dokie. Then we will come back here. Remove unneeded build step. And I will open in GitHub, git pod, do the thing. Now let's see how it goes this time. I'm excited because with this, folks will be able to contribute a lot more easily, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.
And I'll be able to contribute a lot more easily. I can't actually run our project.
I mean, all of us, really.
Right now, yeah, definitely. There we go.
Let's see. Stuff's happening.
Oh, what about the elevator music we used to do?
Oh, do we still have that? Was it feeding the ducks?
Something like that.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is nostalgic. But it's already up, so pause the music.
Cool. Great. So it's working now.
Amazing. So it's loading, but I think we're good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Well, that was productive.
Yeah, definitely. It felt good to kind of dive in and get our hands on the project, get into the process with this one. Couple of quick PRs there. I think we got another 20 minutes here. So do we want to take 10 to explore the project itself? Maybe take a look at what some of the volunteers have been contributing and the updates. And as a reminder to everyone, we're just trying to port it over right now. So there's not going to be a lot of style changes or content changes just yet. But we have folks working on refreshed content for the site, refreshed look and feel for it. And as soon as this port's on, we can start working on that new stuff, which is very exciting.
Wonderful. Yeah. So shall I just open it up on Gitpod? Would that be easiest?
Yeah, sure.
Since we've got the code here and it's like a familiar environment?
Totally.
So what am I looking at?
So I haven't actually used Next.js that much. I think we should explore how the source folder is laid out there. So we have app, components, data, and some utility files there. It feels like app is going to be the main starting point, right?
Yeah. From my experience with Next.js, each component file that you see here represents a page. You might recognize this from the Gatsby days.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. And it looks like we have, what's this, page overview and then layout as well. Those seem important.
Yeah, so this is going to be our, HTML head element and all of that good stuff.
Okay. Got the nav bar in there, got some space for the body and our footer. Okay, so this is like the overall structure that's common to each page.
Yeah.
And then what's this page.tsx? Is that the index page there? Like the home page?
Correct.
Cool. All right. So that's looking really good. We're still using Tailwind CSS on this one.
Yep. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what's supposed to be
Cool.
happening right now. I think as we refresh to the new designs, we're going to be introducing Radix UI, which gives us some pre-built components out of the box. Means you
Nice.
don't have to fiddle with all of the individual styles, or options
Right.
that Tailwind gives you. It's a little bit more pre-packaged for faster development, which I'm excited about. Cool. So it seems like that page.tsx, so that kind of naming convention, that's like a page on the site, or that's the index page.
Yeah.
So if we open up like about us or text, some of those subfolders, yeah, looks like we're doing the same thing here. So that looks like a placeholder. I think there might be a PR out for that one. There we go. Cool.
Donate page.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat. Wait, scroll up. I just saw an import there where you can import straight from next/font/Google. I didn't know that was a thing. So you don't have to hard link to the font, so you can just select them to use.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is
How
very
is Lido used there? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. It would appear it's used here. So I mean, let's go take a look. That's the donate page. And if my assumption is correct, what's the font here? Yep. So that H1 here, that's using this Lido font.
Cool. Very cool.
Wow, look at all the progress folks have made already. That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And excited to have that content. We had an old, what's the old content management system we were using? And then they
Forestry?
Yeah, Forestry. And so they shut that down, and then we've been kind of struggling. So this gets everything into a new project. It's a little bit hard coded right now, which is totally fine because we have so many folks that are contributing. I think we'll be able to keep up with content changes. And this is actually maybe a great spot to switch it up and look at some of those new designs I've been talking about, because the first one is for a refresh donate page.
So I would assume it's these new Figma designs, right?
Exactly. So it's that one is the donate page right there. And look at that. What are your first thoughts here, Carmen? And everyone in the chat, please. I know you've been waiting for this. So how are you feeling about this?
I love this. This is very clean. I dig it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So this is kind of the new. This will replace the current website. Is that correct?
Yep. So this will replace the current donate page that we were just looking at, which is something that I hacked together back in the day with that kind of side-by-side view. And then I think if you scroll to your right on this Figma file, you'll be able to see how those campaigns are laid out.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I really like the colors.
Oh, that's so great to hear. Yeah, we're doing a bit of a color refresh on this one as well as part of that rebranding. So got some more green in there, highlight some positivity, and still sticking with our traditional DA blue logo and everything, but wanted to shake things up a bit. Yeah. Chat, what do y'all think? You excited to get working on these new designs yet?
I am super stoked. I want to hear from folks as well. So what else we've got here? So that's that one. Scroll expiration.
This is kind of a expanded template, but I think that middle one is going to be what we're going for there.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, just keep it nice and clean. Show the different
Yeah.
projects. Yeah, cool. So that was made by our design mentor Tay Marvin, who works at Meta, and can't thank her enough for all the time she spends with us after hours and on the weekends, helping us out with this stuff. And then, should we take a look at the current open source explorers page and then the new design for that, Carmen?
So that would be this one here.
Exactly. So,
Oh, I like these
there you can see some of the
lavenders.
new colors. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Um,
cool.
yeah. So, Miriam has been working on these designs, kind of to refresh the open source explorers page, which is where most of our
Yeah.
new tech contributors are coming from. Want them to feel excited and proud of everything that they've been able to accomplish since that program kicked off at the end of January. And what a better way to do it than to create a new home for that program together.
I love it.
And I think on
Ooh.
this one, you can see some more of those new colors worked in as we scroll down, kind of backing the images and just breaking up some of that text content on what was previously a very text heavy page.
And this, I imagine, would turn into like a carousel or something.
That was the initial idea. I think we're going to simplify the design there a little bit starting off. Yeah, what's up, Kai? Yeah, design team's really churning through some of it.
They write, ooh, exciting. Haven't seen those yet. Yeah, I dig it. So
Yeah,
our stack. These are so cute.
I know, right?
Wonderful. Oh, these look amazing.
Yeah, so I think we're starting to see some of that new branding being worked in on these pages, a bit of a refreshed visual style that includes more graphics and breaks up some of those text-heavy pages. We do have a lot of information to communicate, but super glad to have the designers help us communicate that in a bit more of a interesting way.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to code this up.
So the plan, if I understand correctly, is to first port the page over from Gatsby to Next.js with the current design, and once this is finalized, we can start moving from that. Would that involve a new repository as well, or just sort of like revamping the current one? No.
No, I think that was the whole kind of two-pronged approach was get everything moved
Hmm.
over to this Next.js repository, and then we
Yeah.
can go page by page and implement these new designs as they become available from the designers. And so that lets us kind of have a solid starting block because the Gatsby project isn't really in a great place to build on top of it due to
Yeah.
forestry going out of service. And I think the Gatsby got bought out, and main
Oh,
development was
that's
stopped on
right.
it or something. Yeah, so this kind of gets us set up on a new tech stack that has forward momentum, and then we can work, from that base to improve the site page by page.
Amazing. I can't wait to see it live.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad everyone liked the new designs. Still putting some final touches on those, getting some feedback from other DA team members like our admin and logistics folks, but hopefully going to be able to start getting to work on those quite soon here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Um, cool. Well, what else have we got for today? Because at the top of the hour, we've got what's it called?
Yeah, the DA kind of tech hang.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out, and I know folks are joining that, so I do want to be on time for that. Maybe we should just take another 5 minutes here, and let's ask the
Yeah.
chat. Hey, we're doing this every Thursday. What do y'all want to see us work on next? We can do some live coding on the new landing site. We could explore the backend project and highlight some
Yeah.
stuff there. What are y'all feeling for next week here?
I'd also love to put it out there if you want to come join and pair with us. Reach out.
Yeah.
We're on, like, if you're joining in from the Slack, or if not, I posted the link to Distribute Aid's Blue Sky account. You can message us through there. Because Blue Sky has DMs now.
I know, it's wild. No, definitely get in touch. And like Carmen said, if you want to be in the hot seat, we also do live code reviews. Trust us, we're very friendly. It's going to be a great experience, but that's always a fun one.
I'm a big fan of code review. So if you're feeling brave, like, come on up, let's do it.
Yeah, show off to the world here. But yeah, I think something like that. Maybe let's give folks, and I'll ask folks at the Tech Hang as well.
Yep.
But I'm feeling like maybe trying to work on some of the landing site, help with that port. Since that's what we just got set up for today.
Exactly. We're going to be back every Thursday doing this, and just keep an eye on this. So if you want to keep an eye on YouTube, you can go ahead and subscribe. Oh, do I have the channel here? Give me a sec. I'm out of practice.
I know, right? I don't think I've plugged our donation link once yet.
Oh, we should do that. So here's the YouTube site channel for Distribute Aid, and I'll get that donation page for us.
I think we have a new one, actually, Carmen. We just switched our US fiscal host.
Okay.
So let me send you an updated link.
I mean, you can't post it. I can post it. Yeah, send it to me.
Just trying to find out.
But yeah, like, if you want to donate, because like I very strongly believe that open source contributions, financial ones, also absolutely count, because you're making it possible for stuff like this to happen.
Oh, definitely. So here's our new donate page. I'm sending it to you in the chat.
Thank you.
And that's just like a direct link to where folks can
Great.
put in their card or something. Of course, once we have that refresh DA donate page, then that's the one that we want to be plugging and highlighting to everyone.
Perfect. Well, unless we're missing anything, maybe, Taylor, how about we give you a 5-ish minute break between this and the Tech Hang so you can get some water or whatever. And folks, same for you. If you want to get involved, as said, get in touch on Blue Sky or reach out to us any other way. And thanks for joining, folks.
Yeah, and thanks so much, Carmen. I'm so excited to be doing these again.
Yeah.
And it was a great first session. Got a couple PRs in, got set up on GitPod, and lovely to see you.
I forgot how relaxing these were. We should definitely do this next week and every week.
Every week.
Sounds good. All right, folks. Well, we'll see you at the next one. See you at the Tech Hang, and well, catch you soon.
Yeah, take care for now, y'all. Bye.